Hello, DINO&CreepY. Naskalopinabla. Gaslodabra. Bordelsindibla. Terroristidide. Kabakar. Norasnaba. Rapitaria. Nisteliela. Goddess. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop speaking in the Dino puppet live. Okay. So this is to immortalize. I realized the video I had, I can't even find it. For one, I can't even find the video that I had translating this thing. And two, it doesn't. I don't know. I didn't think it showed that very well. I found the original on my device here, so. One thing we're gonna do here, so we're gonna write out the letter each symbol corresponds to, and then we're gonna write the symbol each letter corresponds to and out very clearly here, because we need it to be visible. Because this little toy thing that I got at like church camp, or not even church camp, somewhere, I don't know, some sort of VBS, vacation Bible school, I don't know. So I got this little translator, and it's actually pretty cool because it looks a lot like the standard galactic alphabet, otherwise known as the Minecraft enchanting table language. But it actually is not. It is actually a thing of its own, though I think it does reuse some symbols, but they're like repurposed to different letters. So basically we're going to start off with A here. Active layers. Okay. So, we got A right here, right now. And I have this one memorized. A corresponds to this symbol right here. I can't show you the toy, but if you can find the translator video, that's what that corresponds to. A, you can see the toy. It's like a little rotation thingy. So you rotate the little hole in the dial, so it shows you a letter, and there's a bunch of symbols at the bottom that correspond to each letter, kind of like in the same A formation right there. And then B, so we're gonna write B right here, and then this is the symbol, I believe that's what it looks like, that corresponds to it. Yep, something like that. Maybe we can shrink it down a little bit. Like, whoa. I just realized my color is... Why is it slightly blue? I don't know. Okay, it's all black. Okay, so that's B. Alright, we're gonna go to C here. C is kind of like up like this, and then like that. Once again, this is not the standard galactic alphabet. If you look up the translations to that, it is not this. This is completely unique. D. Actually, we're gonna write D we're gonna write them all in the capitalized forms. There we go. I'm gonna move them up. Okay, and then D should be like this in the little thing. We're gonna go on to E, which is, okay. E, and it's a little bit one of the more complicated ones, because it's these two dots, and then it's a smaller dot. We're going to do half the size of 5 right here. Which also, I normally draw in 6. I don't know why they're at 10. But that's fine. All the clearer. And, whoa. Whoops. Okay. We're going to go back to 10 here. E, and then we're going to go to F. F is kind of similar to E. Both in the English and the way it's written like this, it's like a backwards version of E, and then like that, with one dot. And, okay. And then G, it's a little bit weird. So I'm gonna go G, Gonna perfect the G. Penmanship. I just realized this could use a little bit of Why is it so slow? It's so slow to compared to my actual finger. If you were to look at my finger while I'm doing that, it's weird. Okay, back to G. G is like this, and then it has like that, or nope. It has that, and then one little dot, I believe. Yes, okay. On to H. Actually, the bottom here is more rounded. Okay, there we go. H here is, H is, similar to T, I believe? I forgot what T looks like, but this is similar. Okay, I have this one memorized. So, I looks like that, and then I'm pretty sure it's this and this. Yep, that exactly. Okay, we're going on to J. J, I don't think I've ever written this one before. It's like an I, but then instead it's like a mirrored. So it's like that. Yep, okay. And then K. K is probably simple. You might mistake it for, there's a brand that uses this design. I'm gonna go down to K. That's K. Yep, that's K. Okay. Alright, we're going on to L, I believe. L, okay. That's L. M is, M is like this, but then it's got a weird, like, thingy. Kind of like that. And then N, I also have this one memorized. So N goes like that. I'm serial designation N. Nice to meet you. There it is. N. Oh, wow. Yeah. N, okay. O, I also have this one memorized. Just this. Like that. And P, I don't use this one very often. In, like, when I'm talking about I don't use it, how do you not use... I've seen you write P. Your literal YouTube persona name is Cyron. That starts with a P. How do you not... What I mean is, like, with the language here. What do we even call this? I'm going to call this the divine language, because it is the language of the divine, of the immortal, in the Cyboy DINO&CreepY lore. So I'm just going to call this the divine writing. Divine writing? Anyway, so I just don't use that symbol for the things that I've in, like, promotional art. Alright, the next one is Q, and that's, it's a bit of an interesting one. We're gonna, right here. Q is, it's like a 7 with a little dot in it, you know? Alright, the next one, R is, oh, I also had this one memorized-ish. Here, okay. There we go. That's R. And then S is, I think I also had this one memorized. So S is right here. So it's like kind of round, like almost a 2 with a tiny little bottom part, and then 2 dots in there, like that. So, alright, and then T, this is what I meant by H is kind of similar to T, because T, I can fit it in here. Yeah, here it is. T is, or it's like this, and then it's 2 dots like that. They're kind of similar. I think H more resembles D than anything. Okay. Now we're going over. U is a bit more complicated. I don't know why it looks the way it does, but let's get a better U. Yeah, there we go. That looks like another symbol in and of itself, actually. That I might replace them with like text, because here you can add an actual text. Words. Okay. So U looks like this, and then with a little dot at the end. Yeah, okay. V and J and N. I'm serial designation N. I think that's it. Kind of, but move this off like that, and then that, and then that. There we go. That's V. Ah! Oops. This is 12 minutes? How is this 12 minutes? I've literally just been writing letters. How is that 12 minutes? 12 minutes? 12 minutes? Do you know how many? I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say there. I can't finish my sentence. I don't know where it's going with that. And this is a W. I don't even recognize the X. The X I've definitely never used. Wow, that's weird. It's like 2 dots like that, and then the weird S, the curvy thing. Yeah. I've definitely also never used Y. Which is like this. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, and then the final letter, Z, is, like that. And I'm gonna go here. Wait, we're gonna choose a font. We're gonna choose a font. We're gonna choose a font right here, right now. XO bold seems good, so that we can differentiate between the letters. So 3, 2, 1. Not bad. Honestly, not bad. And now you can very clearly see and read each and every letter and symbol. So yeah. See you later, DINO&CreepY, I guess.